Richard Dawkins, the selfish gene. Let's actually get started with being crazy. Crazy! I'm just kidding. Because this is exactly what lots of people will probably do when they are born, to act like monkeys. Anyways, we are related to monkeys, so I have no idea why people would find it funny to act like a monkey. But right now, let's just get started with. So, chapter 3, Immortal Coils. By those coils, we obviously mean DNA. This is DNA. A strand of molecules that have been going on and that's been spinning in your body for a while by now. And all I'm going to say again is that there is so much to really talk about the DNA. However, if we want to go and talk more about these immortal coils, we have to start looking deep into the DNA itself and its little building blocks. We can see that it looks like a ladder that can spin up and up and up. So like if you're right here, then you could like, wee, I'm just going up, we're going up, and all that stuff. However, if you look closely, let me just take this strand off and this off. We have 4 basic building blocks to actually work with. We have the guanine, cytosine, adenine, and thymine, or we even just call them ATCG, just to, like, just for the sake of things, just for namesake. That's all I'm going to say. And moreover, there is so much to be said all about these genes that there's so much to learn about them. So now let's actually start by rebuilding the molecule model over and over again. Genetic operations have been going on since the dawn of time. And one thing that Richard Dawkins has in common in this is that the gene may be selfish, but it is immortal. In fact, in the preface of all the prefaces that I've read, there's a call in one of the prefaces I read for the selfish gene. His friend actually asked him to create the title to be the immortal gene because it's upward and selfish was a downward. A gene is very complex, and DNA is just a part of a gene. A gene working with other genes is actually what makes it possible to work and live. That's what makes genes to be like that. A gene complex is when several genes work together to actually start building new processes, and much more things seem to happen. There are 23 pairs of chromosomes. Let's say that each pair is a volume. There are 23 volumes, and there are only 2 chapters in each, one for your dad and one from your mom. And instead of words, there are the ATCG written over and over and over again, and eventually you could probably fill up 23 books. That's a lot of genes, to be honest. And sometimes you have a little extra, and that's one of the most important things that I can think of. And there is a gene pool of things where you can like go into the gene and then you can pull out lots of things. But Gregor Mendel already found out lots of things about heredity, but he didn't really know what was causing them. He just found it all out. Although he got the math correct, he didn't really got the understanding correct. Nowadays we know that it's genes, and Richard Dawkins actually argues that this is it's the gene's purpose to just make copies of itself, to become immortal, to go into the next generation. At least that's what he's saying. Heredity and lots of other things seem to happen too. And if you're just going to go ahead and get offspring, you don't need to have sex. In fact, there's an alternative to it at all. You can just have an embryo, like the female flies. Some sort of animal species lay embryos which have an embryo in them. Basically, that mother is giving birth to a daughter and a granddaughter at the same time. So like, how's that happening? It's just a clone. So that could probably be one of the reasons too that all of this is happening. ATCG, the gene complex, basically the gene's coils are immortal. Not out. Peace. Alright, let me try to read all the strands. G, C, T, A, G, C, A, T, C, G, T, A, G, C, A, T, C, G, T, A, G, C, A, T, C, G, T, A, G, C, A, T. That's the whole DNA molecule, folks. See you soon. Shout out. Peace. Drilling, drilling, drilling with DNA. Drilling with DNA.
DNA.
Huh?